So it seems like another one of those games where definitely very heavy on the laning phase for this mid.
Invictus
Yeah, especially against a Tiny. Like, Tiny position 4 is one of the best roaming heroes in the game. If you ever get tossed back, you pretty much just die as any mid hero.
So
I would like to see something like a DP from CDEC, I think.
So you'd have that Death Prophet on CDC potentially. That gives you a lot of pressure on these towers. It gives you really good team fight overall. And I mean, it would round up this lineup for CDC quite well.
Yeah, and it lands really well against the Storm Spirit as well. Especially with tiny rotations. And the Wind Ranger. Maybe there's some internal scrim information we don't have. Doesn't strike me as a particularly great Wind Ranger game.
Is that just something that casters won't know about? Is like maybe they saw it in a scrim or they saw something in particular that we just, obviously we don't get access to that kind of stuff, that behind the scenes scrimming, where they ban out something like that, the Windrunner, instead of, say, like your thought, the Death Prophet.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing we can do is really say what makes the most sense on paper, and then whether they agree with that or not, obviously we can't influence. But yeah, now we're gonna see whether Pango is gonna be position 4 or 3. What would I like to see here? IG. Omni Knight. Ah, never mind, it's banned. They learned the lesson. You don't pick Wraith King if there's an Omni Knight in the pool. That hero is just super sad against Wraith King. Other way around. Wraith King is sad against Omni.
As made an example of in the previous game.
Yup. Offlanes did a good... Personally, I kind of dig the Pango 4 this game. Pretty good. Pango 3, sorry. And I pick another position 4. Like... Earthshaker or something like that.
Could you give you some potential team fight, more lockdown?
Yeah, like you do like a little bit of team fight here, and definitely instant stuns too. You don't have any instant lockdown. And you can help out your silence as well. Enigma.
The Enigma pick rounding it out.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be 3 Pango, 4 Enigma. You just deny creeps for the Pango there, so he's gonna have a good time.
Gives you a lot of omnipresence too. Both teams kind of having that in the Tidehunter Ravage and now the Enigma Black Hole.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Against this, I think the DP still makes a lot of sense. You have like a lot of good timings that you can abuse. Other than DP, what else is there?
We've already got...
They definitely need a hero that deals with the Morphling as well. But Odie's banned. Storm is already picked up. Potentially be a Lina as well. Like, Lina is really good against the Storm and against the Morphling as well. Can pressure a lot. That's probably between Lina and DP, for me at least. And now they're gonna pick Shadow Shaman mid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you leaning more towards Death Prophet? And I mean, are you looking at possibly someone who comes out that isn't of those 2 potential picks?
I think DP makes the most sense strategy-wise, but Lina has a lot of potential for outplaying against the heroes he's playing against. But other than those 2,
Medusa.
Medusa. I'm never a really big fan of going late game against Enigma when you have no BKB cancel. Well, as Morphing and Storm. I mean, it is the best of 1, so you want to be safe in late game, but very ambitious.
And it ends up being the off-lane Enigma, the 4-position Pango.
That's how they're gonna run it. Alright. Very interesting, because if you run a 4 Enigma, I feel the Pango will have a very good game, very fast level 6, and can make a lot of plays happen, while Enigma is still free farming in the jungle most likely.
Then for CDC, it's Eve, who's the one position for Wraith King, mid XM on the Medusa, offlane Tide 1, 2, 3. James on the 4 position, Tiny, and Victoria on that 5 position Disruptor. So pretty standard there.
So how are the lanes gonna pan out? Enigma is generally quite good against Wraith King, and Dusa should beat the Storm. And then we spoke about the Morph A matchup already against the Tide Hunter. Tide should be losing that one. So what I'm looking for CDC here is like a lot of rotations from the Tiny, because they're losing 2 lanes, on paper at least, just by the heroes that have been drafted. So he'll have to get like a lot of kills early.
So who you like in between CDC and IG?
I think I like IG's draft better, because I think their late game is much stronger, while the other team doesn't really have many pressure points. Like, when are they going to be stronger this game?
And the Medusa up against the Morphling seems a little strange to me too.
Like, you pick Dusa to have like the late game secured and the team fight secured, but I feel like they can just get split pushed this game, and they can't really do too much about it. The team fight is gonna be very strong once they hit the 6 on all the heroes, with the Tide Ravage and the Static Storm. But once the BKBs are up, the team fight is non-existent. And you have no Black Hole cancel.
Do you think the lack of lockdown from IG is kind of questionable? Like, you've got the Electric Vortex, Black Hole, I mean, Cold Feet if it procs, but is that going to be a potential problem for IG?
To find pickoffs, definitely. Although they do have the Storm for it. But I'm just like, never a big fan of having a lineup without like a solid stun, you know? Something like a Shaker or Lion, something of the sort, Wraith King. Or even a Sven. But I will see. Like, this is the kind of game where A can feel really useless because you have no setup for him, you know? Like, hitting your Ice Blast is gonna be quite hard, as well as getting anyone cold feeded as well.
Yeah, it seems like you're going to need to have a lot of communication, a lot of good communication. Say to land an Ice Blast or shoot it preemptively over where Emo's going to go for a target with the Storm.
What is the A doing down here with the Pango? Oh, I guess A just blocked the creeps for a brief second and TP top right after.
I believe he had walked from top to bottom, too. And then TP'd back top, so it's a bit of an interesting move there, because I think Pango could have handled himself, and you've got the Enigma, who's already used his demonic conversion, so...
And he doesn't have a TP now. If he dies now, it's really bad.
Yeah, and he's looking really low and in a lot of trouble. You've got 3 heroes here for CDC, so you were talking about if you see 2 heroes for CDC, you want 3 here for the Morphling, but now they've got 3 here for CDC. What do you do?
You can't really do much about it because the Enigma is in an off-lane position this game, and the Pango won't really do too much in that lane. I really like the decision by CDC, because they can't really punish the Wraith King too much just yet.
Oh, Wowie taking a lot of damage and forced into the trees, trying to maneuver his way out of the maze and out of the hands of both the Tide as well as the Tiny, and somehow able to make it under the tier 1 tower, but the pressure continues to come. They've got Disruptor under the tier 1. GG in a little bit of trouble with now the Tiny making his way forward. They're finally TP over dogfights, but they get the first blood here onto the Morphling. Nice swashbuckle there coming through to at least get one in return.
Yeah, but how this Trident is gonna pan out now? Yeah, they can't keep this up. They have to rotate the Tide bottom, Wraith King top, and now they can't lane swap anymore because Morphling just TP top. So they should be able to pressure this Morphling a lot, while Tide has a really good time bottom against this Enigma.
So has that 1 or 2 moments kind of opened up the laning phase here for CDC?
Yeah, I think I favor CDC's lanes quite a bit now. Like, they're gonna win middle and they're gonna win top. And bot lane, Enigma should probably win a little bit, but they're still gonna be doing fine. And Morph just died again. Morphing's game is pretty much over at this point. He can't TP top anymore. He'll probably start running bottom. Only thing he can do. But you can see 3 CS, 2 deaths to his name. A very sad beginning.
Yeah, something that if you're a fan of IG or hoping that they can bring this together to get to a TI again, and not something you want to see, is James now gets another kill over top, and it will be Ollie who melts down.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have anything to really kill this dude, so pressure him super hard with it either. Just force some rotations. But yeah, that's why I said I would. Oh, there's a lot of tower pressure top. They might even lose this tower, actually.
This
They don't have anything to defend it with. Yeah, the tower's gone.
Oh, the only thing Ollie can do is watch.
Yeah. And if he steps out, he would just die. Alright. Minute 3 tower. Not bad. Probably the fastest we've seen in the qualifiers so far.
Yeah, definitely a quick one here. And with my production team, I wish I also had a stats guy.
I'm the stats guy for you this time. Let me check. Okay, fastest tower 2019.
If you pulled it up that quickly, I would be so impressed. It would be insane.
I don't know about 2019, but definitely in the qualifiers. Like, I don't think I've seen anything faster.
Yeah, that was a very quick push, because that lane's dead. Like, that was gone so quickly.
Yeah. But that's why I said I want to see something like an Earthshaker, just to make the lane stronger, you know? Because this Pangolier position 4 is really weak on lanes. He gives you amazing teamfights once he reaches over 6, but until that point, he just doesn't do anything. The Shaker, you could have triple lane top, no problem. They would have felt good about it, but now you don't have this option. Enigma's jungling now. I mean, they do manage. They did manage to give the Morph a lane at least, which is good. And Storm is beating Medusa quite heavily. If you look at the net worth, 500 ahead of him.
Is that enough, though?
I mean, if anything, it shouldn't be like this. It should be the other way around. Because Medusa actually beat Storm quite easily.
A little something extra.
Kind of feels like game 1, where the superior matchup is losing.
Yeah, last game it came down to the laning phase and it just crumbled from there. But this time it looked like the laning phase, at least for right now, I mean, IG's getting rolled over, or at least they were rolled over in top. But other than that, things have kind of stabilized. We've been talking about the Storm leading the Medusa, as well as the Morphling finally kind of, you know, putting his roots down over bottom. So it's looking better for IG.
Really good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morphling is getting free farm now. He's only 500 behind the Wraith King. And we just spoke about the Storm. Overplaying his lane, which is very, very good for his team. And Tidehunter is still struggling. Tiny actually has more net worth than the Tidehunter and Dusa.
Oh, wow. Yeah, very close between those three. And you've got level 6 here for the Storm of Emo. And we'll see what he's able to accomplish. Now that he's got that ball lightning, he's also got that one in the electric vortex. So this gives them early game setup. A little bit of early game lockdown to maybe do something with.
Yeah. You can see the Pangolier greedily staying mid lane. He's like, go away! I need this lane right now. I need level 6. He's like, alright. I'll go jungle, sir. But there's really nothing you can do with Pangolier. You need your level 6 or you're not a hero in the game.
Yeah. Although
I've just been jungling away. Midas. Okay, just a little quick pick up on the A. He didn't even get glimpse back. Just gushed him. Kinetic field at him, and he just died.
he's kind of the scapegoat right now for IG, just trying to, at least, you know, if somebody's gonna die, it should be the AA. That's fine. You play that position 6 or that hard 5, and you live the life of the weak support, you know. And if you can die instead of the Morphling, life is good. But
It's a bit sad though. Oh.
I might be able to get the kill here on the GGG. But they bring the Ancient Apparition in. James taking a little bit of damage. Kofi comes in, and now they've got the glimpse onto this Morphling, but the waveform gets him out of harm's way.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Morphling, you know? He's a bit weak at like level 1 and 3, but once he's level 5, level 7, there's really no way you can kill him unless you lock him down instantly before he morphs. He's pretty much unkillable at this point, until they get Disruptor ult at least. Wraithkin completed the Midas. Enigma going for fast mech.
And to put that in comparison to last game, the Midas coming in at 7 minutes 55 seconds for this Wraith King, where in last game Sylar got it at 11 minutes. And they go for the Pangolier. They've got the Avalanche. Well, the toss, dogfights. He falls. He tries to put a little aggression there on the Eve, but pays dearly for it.
Yeah, I just tried to trigger his ult. Didn't even get that. So yeah, the two supports of IG are struggling a lot. And this A, as we said before, there's no setup for him to really recover. Like his blast is going to be really hard to hit this game. However, the bright side is Storm still having a very good game. Morphing recovered quite nicely.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And of course Enigma also having a free game. Very poor though. Like I thought he would get a lot more money. Only 3k right now.
Yeah, things have been a bit slow since leaving that lane.
Ah. I guess he had to leave the lane, make space for the Morphling.
Dire's middle tower.
And they've had this like one dead lane since forever. This top lane did not get touched by anyone. They're so scared to go there.
Doesn't really seem like AA is able to do all too much, and
yeah.
Tide is struggling a little bit, but you know, as long as he's not dying, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, and he also has the Ravage online now. Forcing a fight down there can be very risky. Brave King also has TP up.
So TP in as IG starts to converge over bottom. The immediate Ravage that's going to hit onto 3 of these heroes, and then they've got the Storm Spirit in a lot of trouble. Emo ball lightning over to the high area of this fight as they get the kill here onto the Tide. The glimpse comes out. Emo low on mana. He needs to kind of find an escape route, but it doesn't look like he's able to do so. He gets the stun out. He'll get the crit. He'll get the kill. James in trouble. Rolling Thunder comes in from dogfights. They'll get the kill here on James. They look over at GGG, but he is pretty unkillable at this point. The Rolling Thunder comes in onto both Victoria as well as Eve. They'll look for the stun. They'll grab the Bounty Rune anyway, and this is a good way to recover for IG. Grab these bounties. Grab a couple kills. Yes, you did lose your Storm, but I mean, you're happy with that.
Yeah, 4 bounties, very good rotation. Made them use the Ravage as well. And you can see the big difference. The Pango is level 6, while the Disruptor is only level 5.
He's got the early Javelin, too. You know, he hit that 6, and he got a little bit of formula. We were talking about it earlier, the greediness over mid. He was able to stay there while Storm went into the jungle for a second.
That's really the only way to, like, the only thing he could have done. Like, he needed a level 6 urgently. He even got it before minute 10. So now Pangolier is a very, very scary hero on the map, rather than just being like a precise creep. Mech also finished on Enigma now. Getting very strong in these little skirmish fights.
Does he finish off the Greaves right away, or does he hold out on the mech as well as the Arcane Boots and then go for, say, something else like a Blink Dagger or BKB? Straight up.
I mean, Greaves isn't a necessity in this game, because they don't have any silence you can, like, dispel with it. Or rather, as Kai always says, cleanse with it. But, you know, it's just always very nice to have this aura. Extra HP regen, extra armor. A little bit of extra heal as well.
Looks like he,
Midas,
yeah, interesting to see the go back on the Midas.
Like, if anything, you should go Midas into mech. We'll see whether he really goes through with that or not. I would like to see an early BKB. If anything, like Blink BKB.
Yeah, that's usually what you do see is this, like, mech Arcane Boots into the BKB and then Blink. Like, you almost want to just be able to secure it all with the BKB early.
I don't think they should give out this bot tower. Wraith King should position himself right there, and then Dusa should just defend it. But the tower isn't super important, I just don't like trading when you don't have to trade. But whatever, they're taking over the enemy jungle. Still not a terrible loss for the Radiant side.
Although they just kind of conceded it. I'm a little surprised that they were just so willing like that. Especially from what we've seen previously in this game where, you know, they've had that confidence.
I'm surprised too because they have Ravage and Static Storm and Dusa Gaze. But I guess they're just happy farming up. Static Storm?
Static Storm right onto the Morphling. This could be it. As they look to get the kill on here into GGG, but he's able to survive it all. He gets the glimpse back, but still with the Rolling Thunder from Dogfights, it's keeping the Morphling alive. Ice Blast coming down south, not going to land on anybody. Like we've been saying, it is very hard to line that up, but you know, they threw everything at GGG and they were unable to kill him.
Only reason he survived is that Enigma mech. Well, whatever we just said before, we have to void that statement. Very good pickup. Well done, sir. Because he survived with like what, 190 health after getting mech, so there's no way he would have lived otherwise.
Yeah, having that mech, very good necessity there as they end up getting the kill though onto the Enigma. Tidehunter grabs that one, and that is pressure over bottom. They still have the black hole, but it you know, no fear from CDEC to continue to move forward and march on in.
Yeah. It looks like I wouldn't call it a free tier 1 tower, but more than likely they will try to pressure it. They do have the Pangoli ult again though, and as we said, they do have black hole as well, a blast. But they're just conceding it. It's too late to defend.
And that would be the ultimate setup where you've got that Rolling Thunder into a multiple hero black hole ice blast. And pretty relatively quick blink dagger here for Tiny.
Yep. So far we haven't seen anything from the Storm yet. Like he has been relatively quiet, just farming away. But it's gonna change right now.
Let's see what the Storm's able to do. He goes after this Disruptor, but Stone Gaze forced out. They've also got 1, 2, 3 rotating. And he tries to ball Lightning to get out of this glimpse, but Emo without mana and without hope, he ends up dying here to XM.
Okay, maybe I cursed him a little bit there. Poor guy.
Amazing what you
This is
found,
that blood's on your hands, Black.
Yeah, it is. It was also the worst case scenario for him. He was trying to style on the supports, you know, and then he just died without doing anything.
I wonder to see. I wonder to see what would have happened if you didn't say anything. You put the pressure on.
Yeah, I think it would have killed everyone, but sadly I said something. Damn it. Never talk again.
I need you to talk though. So, please.
Alright, if I'm forced to, I will.
Well, I think as my co-caster, I think I'm gonna force you to talk on this one. I don't know if I can have you be silent for the rest of the time.
Okay, let's talk about the 25% extra mana steal on the snake then.
It's you
Super good
still
against
think
that
that's? Do you think that's still high?
Yeah, I mean it's still almost 50%, right?
Yeah.
Half your mana pool is gone.
And on a pretty low cooldown too. 11 seconds for half your mana is feeling like nothing.
Yeah, and then 7 seconds if you choose to get the talent level 20.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You can see this running down lanes together, forcing down towers, and the Dire can't really respond too well. Like what I said in the draft, they needed to do a split push, but so far they only got 1 tower. Top tower is almost down. Setting up for a kill on Morphling here. Tiny got blink.
Yeah, there's the blink with the avalanche toss, and by himself.
Normal kill.
That's a 4-position Tiny just destroying the position 1 morph.
That's the sin of all the morph players. I want to be super low health and be more efficient. I'm dead. Happens to everyone.
Just happened to GGG, and you know, I've seen him play heroes like that before. It's, you know, not a total surprise to see that happen, but you definitely don't want it to happen.
Yeah, and again, Wraith King pressuring top tower, and what's their response? They have no response at all. Power's pretty much just gone. Radiant's up on Wave King as well, their new power spike.
Top tower is under attack.
Doing
Yeah,
really
looking
well
rough
on
for
this
Dire.
Wave King.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Only one more tower left until you get choked into the base. Then only Storm can get out on the map.
And, you know, sometimes you can pull your way back from that, but that's later in the game, say, level 25 Storm. You're not near that point. You're not even close to that point where you're able to have those remnants drop and do quite a bit with it. You're so far away from that point of where you think you're in form, I'd say, for this Dire side. And we're yet to see a black hole, and I think maybe it's almost becoming a point where... Could it be that JT's overthinking it? Now he thinks he needs the perfect black hole to get his team back in this game?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very hard for him to come back into this game, and CDEC made it work. They're smoking down there to reclaim their own jungle, but IG already evacuated, so nothing to gain there, other than an A kill, I guess, but you don't care too much about that. Unless the Enigma also dies now. Oh, they found him, You got unsmoked, sir. Oh, okay.
Alright, they'll just TP out.
Yeah. No, but we spoke about how CDEC, the Dota pick was bad because they were like gonna have to go late game with the Dire draft. However, if you go late game with like a 10-15k gold lead, you don't really care about it anymore.
Dire's
Because you're just gonna be too fat on your heroes. Now the last two towers getting pushed, and then after that the choking process begins. Morph is gonna get a free tier 1 top.
Dire's bottom tower.
What is that value?
Yeah, I mean there's not, well, you know, better trade than nothing. Knocking on high ground here.
Gotta start to make a move. Avalanche toss coming in on the GGG. The link is gonna be popped to morph into the Tidehunter. Throw the gush here at the tiny ball. Lightning comes in, the electric vortex as well as the ice blast. But is that enough to get a kill here on the James? Glimpse all the way back, bringing dogfights onto the low ground, and a quick kill there.
They just have no damage on the Dire side right now. With the pipe up and the flats up on the Tidehunter. Medusa on the front end with Wraith King. Thinking about it now, they need Death Pulse, not Death Pulse, Midnight Pulse. Really damage them. But that's a cool one already. Are they gonna play it safe, or are they gonna go for the Rex?
Wraithfire Blast breaks the Lincolns. And there is the Mana Snake, but they get the ranged racks, and now they're looking over at the melee racks.
I mean, Storm is just farming jungle and they see it, it's under a ward. So, they don't care, they're just gonna get it. Very early Rex to recover from. Now CDEC just gonna stroll into Roche, and there's also conveniently a double damage right next to it. So, once they get that objective, they can just run down the lanes and get mega creeps.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
What was in the courier? Nothing?
Nothing that I saw, but I wish we could still click the courier once again. Post-death.
No, there was nothing on it. So, DD right there. Skadi almost finished on Dusa. They're gonna get the Roche now. Finish the Skadi on Dusa. And then it's go time. I mean, if you couldn't stop the Radiant lineup without an Aegis and Skadi, how are you gonna stop them with one?
They didn't even make an attempt, that's the thing.
Yeah. Like, they didn't even try to cut the creep tips or anything. They were just like, alright, take it.
And they throw this ice blast, but this might be too little too late. Unless they can get in there with the perfect black hole and start this off with a big forward charge from JT. But you need to have the right positioning, and he goes in for the Aegis. GGG picks it up, they get the kill and the Aegis. So this is the start that you're looking for. JT still staying on the sidelines because he's looking for his moment to get in. GGG will lose his first life. JT still looking for that opportunity, looking for a moment to throw that black hole. The Ravage finally comes out, and now is your moment to save GGG. He throws out with the waveform forward. The Adaptive Strike hits onto the Tiny, but they got the glimpse back. They put him in the hands of the Tidehunter with the Wraithfire Blast coming in, and a second kill on the Morph. And all JT can just do is watch. He never found that opportunity to jump in.
That's the thing. If you're in this position, you're so scared to mess up, you know? If you only Black Hole 4, you're gonna get cancelled. and the entire team dies, and you lose every Rex because you don't have Black Hole at your disposal anymore. So he was just play it safe, you know. Better be safe than sorry. But the mental pressure is high in these kind of situations, so I can't really blame him for doing what he did. They did deny the Aegis, however.
Yeah, they got the kill on the Roche, so you know they did lose both the Storm and the Morph, but taking that Aegis away, that second life away from CDEC, now that they've got that Scotty on top of it, isn't the worst.
Wraith King is going for Hex right after Radiance. It's very interesting. Catch the Storm and Morph, of course, but I would rather like to see something like an AC, something just to help support Medusa, you know.
Just some illusion killing there for Emo. Not much he's done in the way of kills, as he is 0-3 and 2.
I mean, this game has done nothing, pretty much. Like we spoke about his really good laning phase, but he didn't really transition into making any plays happen around the map. Oh, Shadow amuleted AA right there.
Lightning once again. There's the Ice Blast coming through. They'll finally get the kill. Holly back into the Shadow Amulet. And
that was such a good setup, and he's still there.
Not moving.
Oh, coming. Oh, yeah, right there. Ankle smash.
Warm.
Still,
Warm.
yeah, he knows he's there.
Right on top of him. You got this Soul Ring. TP attempted. No. Pay for your sins, Ollie.
Yeah. He knew he was there after the ankle smash with the lifesteal. He was like, yep. But he made him work for it, you know? Wasted a lot of time.
Space.
Keepstick picked up. Morph might not notice. Never mind. All good.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've seen Hex Wraith King that early in the game.
Yeah, Hex and that Radiance already. He is so farmed. 16,000 net worth already.
Yeah. I still think NAC would have been way better because they would never die this game. But now they have some more pickup potential. It's like you're trying to go for the cute plays if you could really just like brute force it down, you know?
Mm-hmm. But where does the attempt come from here for IG? Like they seem to be very stuck at the moment.
It will have to be the Storm trying to make a fight happen. Or the Morphling kind of bait for the Enigma and then like a lapse of concentration for the Radiant team. Make it like a really huge black hole. But they have so many ways to cancel it. They have like every hero can cancel it. He needs that BKB, which is 3k gold away from. Not 3k, 1k. But 1k gold is a lot of money if your base is under siege already.
Yeah, it almost feels like JT's going to be forced into this position to just kind of throw a black hole, and it either, you know, saves the game or it doesn't. That's what it's come down to.
Yeah. I mean, there's always the play, you know. Oh, they actually cut the creep wave successfully. Defended. Very nice. The Storm cut both creep waves, so they have no chance to get into Rex right now. But they're just gonna go again, you know? With the next creep wave.
They'll refresh and regroup.
Yep. Honestly, the Enigma might feel obliged to sell the mech and buy the BKB. It would suck, but I don't know if there's a better play for them right now.
Where will the moment lie here for JT? Where will the moment lie for the rest of the team? We've got Emo finally TPing back.
He did it. He sold the mech for the BKB.
Yeah, he did sell the mech, and he's also, they've got the smoke, but I mean, you gotta find your moment. Ball Lightning, Electric Vortex, doing a lot of damage here on Eve for the first life. Rolling Thunder comes out. There's the Ravage, waiting for that moment to finally blink in and then get your black hole. Ball Lightning, they've got the first kill onto this Wraith King, and now there's the Stone Gaze. JT still waiting on those backlines, waiting for a moment, and this might be it. As they try to escape, there's the blink, there's the black hole. They already got the kill on the Wraith King, but it sets up the Ice Blast, but the Manta Style comes out from XM. They've got the damage, and with that BKB and black hole, they finally grab something. But, I mean, the cost is quite a bit until that first black hole. 2 sets of racks, all the tier 3s. Finally, you hit your black hole.
Yeah, I mean, don't want to sugarcoat it here. It looks really bad, but with this, they actually have a fighting chance. Cause if they can defend this Rex for long enough, their late game, in my opinion, is still superior. It's just, can they get enough items up? Or are they just gonna get choked out now? Because the only reason this happened is because they didn't know about the BKB. But by no means does Radiant have to fight, you know? They can just split the map and farm and keep the enemy in the base.
And there's going to be still a lot of time before IG seem like they're capable of fighting. Avalanche toss, and again they kill GGG. Catch him out for the second time.
He did the same mistake as before. The rough one. Just after they had a really good fight as well, you know?
Yeah, it looked like they were finally pulling it back, and now you end up losing your life like that.
Double damage for a Medusa. Honestly, they know black holes on cooldown. They might just go for this Rex and get Megas. And that's what they're probably looking to do.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, no black hole for 100 seconds. There's very little chance for them to fight at all. And Morph does have the buyback. He also has the E-Blade now, but there still creeps mid lane though.
Radiant's bottom tower
Still
is
so
under
much
attack.
time until you have that black hole.
Top barracks are under
Yeah.
attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Pango can delay a little bit with the disarm, but he's out of mana pretty much.
Yeah, it's that 50%, and now BKB forced just to put the Malefice onto this Medusa. The Manta Style gets used. They'll set up the Ice Blast. That's hitting on an XM. They're doing a lot of damage here. They might be able to get the kill, but all the way on the back lines, he turns into the Medusa for a moment. They look over at Eve. They'll use the Mana Snake onto this Wraith King, but again, a lot used there from IG, not getting anything in terms of a win there, as they have now been mega.
Yup. This could be one of those games where if you defend for like half an hour, you have a chance of winning. But that takes a lot of messing up from the Radiant side.
Stupendous! Whoa, what I miss?
They're just gonna wait for the next Roche, get the Aegis cheese, and then push with their creeps. But again, just like in the first game, it feels like this laning phase. Like the team that puts in the effort to get the right lanes wins. Again.
See how they're able to defend. Dogfight's already eating that gush. And look for the glimpse, but there's the Rolling Thunder coming through from Dogfights. The damage from XM, despite him being in the Rolling Thunder, is quite a bit. Now the Lightning with the BKB. Black Hole comes in on a 3. This could be the moment that they've been looking for IG. BKB from Emo. They get the first kill here on the Wraith King. They look over at James. The Ravage is going to hit onto a lot of these heroes on the side of IG. And now Anchor Smash moving forward, looking for GGG. They'll get the kill out of the Enigma. They'll take out the Morphling. And it looked like it could have been it for IG, but it's turned right on its head as CDEC take advantage.
It's a little too late. Wraith King with the reincarnation, of course, he doesn't really care about being black hole. No damage for the Medusa. And
Great Fire Blast once again. Dogfight's trying to stop them from getting a kill here on the GGG. Look over at Eve, who has reincarnation once again, so doesn't quite mind. They've already lost Emo, who's dead. 100 seconds, no buyback. BKB is going to be popped here by Eve, overtaking the base of CDEC. Ice Blast gets thrown in, but they just don't care. They'll get the kill into the Enigma. He bought back earlier. He's gone for 70. Down goes Dogfights, and GG has been called. CDEC take the game.
yeah, very well played by CDC. clinical from the early game. Very good decisions. But I really wonder what would have happened if they put the Pango on 3 and Enigma 4. Or just pick a Shaker and strengthen your lanes, because that's where the problem really was this game.
And Enigma was a last pick, so it really kind of turned everything around here for IG and what we were thinking in terms of their draft. But from the laning phase on, CDC, they took complete advantage.
Yeah, just like game 1. The laning phase already decided the game once more. And I really like it because CDC put in a lot of effort in getting the right lanes. They TP'd around, they smoked around, they waited in the fog for quite a while with 2 supports and everything. It was really well done by them.
Yeah, very good job there from CDEC. They take the game over IG. They get themselves the win. And we'll be on with the next game, which will be eHome against CDC. So trying to keep it perfect, trying to do what they can. We'll see if they're able to accomplish that. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay right there.